Today we have some good news to share. Today, unfortunately, we also have some bad news to share. Today we have some open questions that needs to be answered now. For example, the one of Francisco Conceicao that yesterday with Portugal did a fantastic performance. Man of the match yesterday. What about Colomwani? The questions, the request of Igor Tudor to Damien Comolli. And finally, that crazy idea, that crazy possibility that Gianluca Di Marzio told us yesterday, a Juventus without sporting director. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, I hope you're all doing well. A lot of topics to speak about in today's video. If you didn't yet, please continue to support the channel with a maximum of likes, subscriptions, watching the videos, sharing the videos, interactions in the comment section. You are doing really well, ultimately, and that makes me so happy, so proud. Not only because I see the numbers of views that are increasing, but especially because you have interest for Juventus Football Club, which makes me really proud as a Juventino. The good news! Pierre Kalulu, joyeux anniversaire. You know that I love to speak French in the recent days, so joyeux anniversaire, happy birthday to Pierre Kalulu. And the birthday gift is arriving immediately from Juve because we didn't wait any longer. Damien Comolli, one of the first priority things that he did was calling Milan and saying, here, the 14 millions are yours. He's a permanent player, so 1 year on loan. Done. Now a 4-year contract, because in total it will be 5 years if he, of course, fulfill that contract until 2029. I'm extremely happy about that. What a steal if you are looking at the numbers. 3 million for the loan, 14 for the permanent deal, so we reach 17. And on top of that, possibly 3 million euro of bonus that I, Beppe, would be so happy to pay to Milan, because that means that the individual performance but also the team performance of Juve are going much better in season 25-26. So I'm praying that we are paying these 3 million of bonus, but anyway, 17 or 20 million euro, what a steal. I always remember how a lot of people, probably the majority, welcomed Kalulu. I had to make 2, 3, 4 videos about him in August where I told you, attenzione, my only big question mark is the injury, that physical condition, because for the rest, it's a player that I really love. And back then in 2022, I already wrote that he was a good player, a solid player, that if things were going well, he would leave Milan for a lot of money, not remaining in Italy. We were lucky with that injury in a way, because that meant that he couldn't go for other leagues with a lot of money, but that we were able to take him for a steal. Top 2, top 3 signing of this summer, let me know in the comment section. I'm happy, I'm super happy about Kalulu. Unfortunately, when we were speaking about good news, I told you we also have bad news. If a center back is staying, another one is leaving, because yesterday Nicolo Schira told us that Renato Vega has been called up by Chelsea. He will go back, he will not play the Club World Cup with Juventus Football Club. He will also not stay with us in season 25-26. What will happen with his future? Will he stay at Chelsea? Will he be loaned out? Will he be sold to another team? I don't know. Juventus took a decision there. They were obliged for timing, but also to keep an open slot for a defender that we are not speaking a lot about in this moment because it's not the priority if you are looking at the quantity of players that we have, but they really wanted to take a bit of time to analyze the situation, to see the opportunities, probably not in that mini transfer market, but for the next one, the one that will start on the 1st of July. So let's see. Good decision, bad decision. Well, if Chelsea is asking you between 45-50 million euro, I tell you that unfortunately it's a good decision. I feel a bit sad, to be honest, because it's a player that rarely I saw that impact. A January player that is coming not as a permanent, but as a loan player that is showing you immediately that he understood what Juventinità was on the field. Celebrations, way of playing, aggressivity, but also off the field. Remember a few of his Instagram posts, the way of understanding these quotes that are written on the walls of Juve. It's not just there as decoration, but he made them his. He put them here, in his heart, in his brain, and he wanted to translate them on the field. And for that, I will be always grateful for Renato Vega. Renato Vega that yesterday didn't play, but was there in the win in the semi-final of Germany-Portugal. Portugal that won. A Portugal that was not super wow until a certain man entered the field. We are speaking about our kid, Chico Conceicao, that entered and changed totally the game. Of course, also with Vitinha. But the way that he entered, after a few minutes, taking that ball on the left side, carrying that ball, and that goal is superb. If you didn't, please go and watch it. I watched the entire game. I was happy for him. And yesterday I was thinking, guy, we already paid 8 million for the loan. It's a player that stays with us for the Club World Cup. We need to decide if we want to put the 30 30 million on top of the 8 to pay the clause? Yes or no? We know it. This year we spoke a lot about it. Some people said yes, some people said no. Some people said yes and then said no. Some people said no and then said yes. It's difficult. On the other side, if you're telling me that a player of 22 with that growing margin, that you can find another one with his capabilities, with his potential, for that price, for 30 plus 8, so let's say for 40 million, I don't know where you will be able to find it. Yes, it's true, there is an Ademi that is a beautiful one. There are some players a la Zegrova. There are some possibilities, but we have a player that has 1 year of Juve, that has not always been consistent. Look, if he stays, I will not be against, honestly. Then the problem is not that we saw yesterday that fantastic goal and his fantastic qualities, because we know them. We remember that Leipzig game, the goal against Inter, some of his performances in the beginning of the season. So it's not that we discover the player. The only problem is that continuity, and also the fact, can he work in that 3-4-2-1 under Igor Tudor? So at today, it's difficult also for me to make a choice. I will tell you that honestly, if we keep him, I'm not sad. If we sell him, depending who will replace him. So at the moment, that's where I am. What about the direct concern? Well, he said yesterday after the game, my future at Juventus, at the moment, I don't know. Let's see. So he wanted to leave it open, and let's see. Colomoni, the chances for him to remain with us at the Club World Cup are increasing day by day, which is a really good news, because you know how much I appreciate Colomoni and how much I believe that that is a player that, according to me, is one of the best options for our striking role. Not only one striker, right? We need a few, because if it's true that yesterday we saw Milik at La Continassa, not sure if we will see also Dusan Vlahovic in the coming weeks, in the coming months, and especially for next season. So a lot of players needs to come in that offensive role. At least 2 to be ready to play against Al Ain in the FIFA World Cup on the 19th, against Wydad on the 22nd, and then on the 26th again Manchester City, hoping that we have more games. Will Jonathan David be there? We don't know. We don't know. I tell you, if there is one new face, so not speaking about loans, that could potentially join Juve, is Jonathan David. Also there, now or never. If you don't close Jonathan David in this transfer session, not sure if Jonathan David will join Juve at the second one, because it will be too late, because too many clubs will be on him. Let's go towards the questions, the request of Igor Tudor to Damien Comolli yesterday. I told you already, I made already a video of yesterday, so go back and watch the recap. But I told that Igor Tudor received positive signs, not only from John Elkann with a call directly, but also yesterday from Damien, and that's a good one. Good positive signs. I already told you everything that I had to say about that. Now, he made also some requests, and the first request is actually what I told you, what I wanted. My demands was giving him an extra year of contract. Don't let him start a season with only 1 year of contract, because you're not giving credibility. You believe in him? Great. Give him 1 year extension. And that's what he requested also to Damien Comolli. You believe in me? You believe in me? Give me 1 year of extension. Then on top of that, he wants to go with his own staff. A larger staff than he has at the moment, because we know it. He came really fast from one day to another to La Continassa, bringing with him only Javorcic, his assistant, but also Rogic, and that's it. Really, really small team. He was working with some people that are already in La Continassa, that were working already with a Juve contract, but he wants to go also with a bit more men, which according to me is totally normal. It's totally normal. Work with the people that you believe in, that you know, that you trust. Also because, yes, 9 games is one thing. Starting a season with a preseason, going for 25-26, where Juventus will play Champions League, Serie A, Coppa Italia, well, you need your staff. You need your staff and a bit more men that are helping you, so that they can translate and support you in the vision that you have, that the players need to follow. And then they are at the moment aligned on the transfer market, which is good. I told you also yesterday, Igor said, I need 2, 3, 4 qualitative players to enter that team, and we can compete for the Scudetto. This is also the idea of Juve. I'm not sure if it's your idea as well, if you believe in that well as well, but at the moment that's the where we are going towards. 3, 4 qualitative players. I'm not speaking about rotational players, but qualitative players that can enter that first team, and Juventus could do well, looking with a priority for the striker. I already told you about Jonathan David. We are looking for another one. If in case we don't go for Jonathan David, in case Colomali we are not able to extend him for 1 more year. So we'll speak about that. But Juventus is also looking for other roles, apparently. One of these qualitative players could be Gigio Donnarumma, according to Giovanni Albanese. Look, Gigio just won the Champions League, was decisive in that Euro. It's a great goalkeeper that improved a lot recently. It's a young goalkeeper. He's the number 1 of La Nazionale. I tell you, if Gigio is coming to Juve, I'm happy. Then I told you also this year a lot of time that I was not always convinced about him being able to manage these high pressure moments, him going out of his line. And also I told you that at the moment I'm happy with Di Gregorio. It's our problem in the goal at the moment. I think that we have other priorities to fix. That's my conviction. If you tell me, Beppe, you have a bit of money, where do you spend it? I will not put it on the goalkeeper. Then if you are able to secure all the other spot and Johnny and Gigio Donnarumma is still available, that's another thing. That's another thing if you still have money to go with a fantastic, beautiful deal for him. But at the moment, it would not be my priority. I know probably that I am extremely unpopular on that, so let me know. Sporting director. Yesterday, Gianluca Di Marzio, he went with a bomba. He said, really fast, at the end of the show on Sky Sport, he said, look, Juventus is thinking or is taking into consideration the possibility of having no sporting director. So no Massara, no Diego Lopez, no whatever. The only thing that they are thinking about is going with a head of scouts, someone that is responsible for the scout area, and that name could be Victor Besani. Victor Besani that already worked with Damien Comolli at Toulouse. And the name of Matteo Tognozzi is decreasing. You know how much I want Tognozzi to join Juventus again. You know how much I am his first sponsor. The thumbnail is already ready. I can't wait for him to join Juve. But apparently it's decreasing. Yesterday I saw a lot of comments, really a lot of comments about what are we becoming? What is this guy? What did he do? We don't believe it. We are becoming Toulouse instead of becoming Juve. I don't understand it. Guys, how many of you know Victor Besani? That's my big question. How many of you? I don't know him. Honestly, I don't know him. I went, of course, on Wikipedia. I saw the clubs that he worked with. Leicester. He worked with some clubs in Premier League as well. But I don't know him. I don't know his capabilities. I don't know what is the vision of that new structure with or without a sporting director. It made me think about that Kalulu deal that no one wanted at Juve. We were pissed off. We wanted Calafiori, we wanted Todibo, we wanted all the defenders of the world and not Kalulu. And then you see that that player actually did extremely well at Juve. So before judging someone that I do not know, I want to hold on. I want to be calma. Also because we have no certainty that he will come. And that's another step because we heard about so many names about Gianluca Di Marzio in the recent days that honestly at the moment I prefer to wait. Tuttosport is giving us another alternative that there will be a sporting director and that at the moment in pole position is the Italian one, Massara. Massara, we know it, Milan, we know it, Rennes, we know it, Roma, or some people do not know Roma before. He's coming from Torino. He's a Torinese, so he knows the city really well. He knows the sense of belonging. He knows the Italian market. He knows that vision. It's someone that can work in a team, which is super, super important. So not someone with a huge, big ego. And that could be, at the moment, according to Tuttosport, a possible candidate for that role of sporting director. In the coming days, we will see what is right. And that's what I told you yesterday in the video. Juventus is not in a hurry to find a sporting director today. Damien Comolli can take the hot, urgent files and carry them on, looking for the ideal solution in terms of structure and in terms of name. Yesterday, mamma mia, what a chaos. Do you remember that I told you about Simone Inzaghi that went from the best coach of the universe to actually a disaster, a treater, someone that is thinking only about money? Disaster, the narrative from Gazzetta dello Sport. Well, today they did it, or yesterday evening they did it again. Fabregas, that was actually what did they say? Mr. Inter. That was how they described him in Gazzetta dello Sport. Mr. Inter, the chosen one, the Padawan that can become a superstar, the one that can actually continue to win with Inter, the one that has so many talents. Wow, so beautiful, bro. He's ready. He's ready. These were the words in Gazzetta dello Sport. So many beautiful words about Cesc Fabregas. In the evening, we heard the first leaks where he said apparently no to Inter. Is it right? Is it not right? Is it the truth that he's saying or not? We will discover it today, we will discover it tomorrow, but from the moment that these words, the first no, arrived from Cesc Fabregas and from Como to Inter, well, they changed the narrative. It became actually, and that was really beautiful, the unpaid rent from Fabregas, the eviction, and Fabregas and the strange story of the house in Ticino. You see the narrative, it's totally crazy. Gazzetta dello Sport, I don't understand them, or I really understand them. I know what they are doing, but I don't know that it can be done with that much recurrence, that it's always the same, that it's that open for people to see. I don't know how they are not ashamed about it. We see each other this afternoon, or a second video, or live, but I know that you have a lot of interest for Juve, which makes me extremely happy. Likes, subscription, grazie, forza, Juve.